Okay, one thing that affects the child most, not only during the childhood, but during the first year of his life, and it stays through the life, is mom not loving herself.
Hello and welcome to Doctor Story, everyone. Attract the baby of your choice. Is it even possible? If yes, then how? Without further delay, let's just directly get into knowing who the expert doctor for today is. Well, she is Dr. Monicka Singh, a spiritual birthing facilitator working on the fusion of spiritual birthing techniques with modern scientific methods. She is a medical practitioner, internationally acclaimed speaker, and author of the books The Miracle Mission and Awakening in the Womb. Professionally, she is an MD and is practicing obstetrician and sonology for more than 2 decades and currently running a multi-specialty hospital. She is actively involved in educating the expecting parents, fertility seekers, and parents of the newborn. Having experienced magical powers of subconscious mind and belief programming early on, she has extensively applied her research work in blueprinting the subconscious of the unborn in her career of delivering more than 10,000 babies. Her patients with fertility issues, pregnancy-related challenges, birthing and parenting concerns of infancy has especially benefited with the spiritual process of birthing. Practicing obstetrics for 2 decades now, she has what she calls a large number of walking, talking miracle babies. Dr. Monicka, it's a great pleasure to be in conversation with you. A warm welcome to Dr. Story.
Thank you so much, Achal. It's a privilege for me to be here and to be speaking to so many listeners of yours through your channel. So thank you for inviting.
So, Doctor, let's get the ball rolling. We are so intrigued to understand spiritual birthing as most of us are hearing this for the first time. So, how do we relate spirituality with birth?
Well, it is very evident and it's right there. So what do you mean by spirit? Spirit means energy. Everything is energy and energy is everything, and we all are energy beings. Can I say that I do not have energy? So if I have energy, I have the spirit. And if I have the spirit, I am spiritual. So I may say today that I am not spiritual. That means it is yet not in my awareness that I'm an energy being, or I'm not very conscious of that. But however, I am a spiritual being. So the birthing, the conception, the parenting, the living, everything is spiritual. Like it's the very integrated part of our lives. It is our lives, actually.
Absolutely. Everything we know, but now we, get it and understand it from your point of view. It's amazing. Okay, so if we talk about, as we said, attract the baby of your choice, do we mean we can actually list down pointers, characteristics we want in the newborn, and then maybe think, do, and act accordingly, and the baby is such? Is that possible?
Well, yes and no. Why yes and why no? I've just come to that because see, life and manifestation of life and a baby coming through you is not mechanics. It is not an engineered thing. It is not mechanical. So we are talking about life here. But at the same time, we're also talking about I as a mom, an energy being, manifesting, attracting another energy into my life. We will attract the baby and the child, not who we wish to attract, but we will attract the baby and the child exactly who we are. The play of energy, like energies, they come together. So now what happens is, I could be someone, but I wish to have that perfect child. Well, for me to have that perfect child, I have to be that being in my life. So in a way, if I work on myself, I become who I wish to have as my child. I would receive, of course. So it's like, yes, I can actually attract who I want, but it would be my reflection. I have to work on myself for that. So does it make any sense?
I think yes, totally. Apart from like my if I see my personal experiences, the people I have seen, the mothers I have seen, the children that they want, they're actually the true copy of their parents, somewhat. And the phases they have been into, or how the mother was in that phase, that actually complements directly to how the child is.
And that is why, they say in Hindi, bilkul mere upar jayega. Of course, aapke upar jayega. So you want someone different from you, your improvised version, work on that. And when you become that, you attract that person who you want.
Wow, that's astonishing. Then how do we put spiritual birthing into practice with the modern scientific methods?
You really don't have to put something somewhere because it is already there. You just need to understand the principles, and you need to understand the concept, and then you need to apply the principles and concept in your practical life. You don't have to do so much. You need to understand, become someone, become something, and start applying those principles. It's very, very easy. So let me give a little example, a very tiny bit of an example you'll understand. So I had this patient of mine a few years back. Of course, I'm not going to share her name. She had a big endometriotic cyst of 5 centimeters in one of her ovaries, and she was struggling with infertility. She was not able to conceive, which I don't call infertility, as a blocked fertility. And she was not able to conceive, and she had been suggested surgeries, but she didn't want to undergo a surgery. So she just came to me, and of course, as a doctor, I advise, see, you have 4 centimeters endometriotic cyst. This needs a dissolution. But something in me, it's a doctor's gut that sometimes works. Or you can say, because I am aware of myself as a spiritual being, as you are, as everyone else is. So because of that, something told me, I just asked few questions very intuitively to her. And endometriotic cyst happen when we have a promise made to ourselves that I'm not going to do this. So everything that I am collects and gets cocooned, and it doesn't expand. So her ability to mother, to become a mom, was shelved. And she manifested an endometriotic cyst. An endometriotic cyst is a cyst which is filled with the menstrual blood. So it's very difficult to regress on its own, or through medication. We need to operate. And then she said, yes. In the first year of my life, she was in a very difficult situation. And one day, standing in front of the mirror, she said, I'll, kind of from that space, I'm going to take revenge for this family. She kind of promised to herself, I will never, ever give them a child. In a very easy way, she said that. But her subconscious mind hooked to this. She manifested an endometriotic cyst. So she said, yes, I made a promise to myself. And we did a little energy thing, some process. I gave her some medication, and I forgot about her conveniently. And then she came to me after 6 months. And she was not on any medication, no surgery done. And she just said that, ma'am, I've missed my period. I said, okay, let's check. Her pregnancy test came positive. I took her for a scan. I did her ultrasound. She was 3 months pregnant. And her cyst had gone. So just by understanding, diving into a deep subconscious mind, doing some realignment, the representation of what her subconscious mind was holding, when she unlocked that, she manifested the child. And I will tell the story in the book also, because this is such a true story. And I have these patients, a lot of these patients in my life. So that is why I'm here with so much of conviction talking about this to you. So this is how you put these concepts and these principles in your real life, answering to your question.
So we talk about conscious and subconscious mind. What does one miss if they do not consciously engage with, as you said, the conception process?
First of all, what they miss is they miss on becoming aware of who they are inviting as their child. So it becomes a random process. So like I'm in a very random energy field. Today my mood is this, my mood is that. and I'm triggered easily. I get angry very easily, or I get frustrated very easily. Sometimes I'm extremely joyful, other days I'm depressive. So because I'm not in a constant state of my energy, even if I'm not in awareness of my state, then who I attract is like random, like anyone. But when I'm very conscious about even if I'm angry, if I'm conscious of my state of being in anger, then I'm already a conscious being. And then I would know who I have attracted. And to attract someone who is not so angry, I know I need to be calm before the conception, and I work towards being calmer and attaining that state of calmness within me, because it's going to 100% have an effect on who you are conceiving and who's coming to you.
Oh my God, that's something everyone should know who's planning a child. Okay.
Very potential.
Yes. When we talk about infertility or block fertility, as we phrase, in block fertility is in some way or the other relates to this spiritual aspect of birthing, and can we overcome the same?
Yes, why not? See, more than anything that is, okay, let me again give an example. It's very easy for the viewers to understand. Suppose there's someone coming over for dinner, and you make a nice cuisine, okay? And everything is laid on the dining table. So preparation was done in the kitchen. You took your dishes, best dishes, dinner table, everything is set, and now you sit. Suddenly you see my khana is not that tasty. Something is too namkeen, something is too sweet, or something gone haywire here. Can you correct that on the dining table?
No, not on the dining table.
Where do you have to do? What do you do then?
Kitchen.
Go to the kitchen, redo it, do your stuff, bring it back. Exactly. So what is our physical body? Is the dining table. It is only showing us the dishes that have been cooked in the subconscious mind. The endometriotic cyst is a dish, PCOD is a dish, my gestational diabetes is a dish, infertility so-called, or block fertility, it is a dish, or my heavy period is a dish, my dysmenorrhea, painful period is a dish. So everything is just served, and we see what is there so deliciously served on this body called the dining table, but everything is cooked back. So we as doctors, we just keep on treating the patient at the physical body level. That is why, endometriotic cyst, even if we do a surgery, the recurrence rate of an endometriotic cyst is very, very high. Within 4 to 5 months, it can recur and come back. Why? Because you've really not dealt with the core issue. We don't go to subconscious mind to see the root. We are always correcting things at the physical body level. This is the thing. So I say, welcome to the kitchen. Let's work there. And let's redesign
the whole complex process with such a simplest of example. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you take us through the journey a couple goes through when consciously and spiritually they are involved in the pregnancy process?
Oh yes. So now we have a structured program called Awakening in Womb program, and then we have structured in a way that we have first trimester, second trimester, third trimester. So we've kind of given it these 3 names: Awakening in Womb for pregnancy. So typically, first 3 months is a reflection of knowing what you are holding in your subconscious mind. Your life is automatically run by the patterns and the belief systems that you are holding in your subconscious mind. So consciously you want to do so much, but we are not able to do that because we go on that autopilot that my life is running, which is my subconscious mind. So first 3 months is dedicated to identifying your major subconscious mind belief systems. And then the couple chooses, I don't want to have this pattern start serving me, because I'm stuck in relationships. I'm not able to have those flourishing relationships, or this is a glass ceiling that I have in my career or my finances, or this is a particular way that I feel for faith, religion, whatever. These are all subconscious. And then I want to change the way my career is, the way my life is, the way my relationships are. Then we go, oh look, this is your block. Let's work on it. So first 3 months is deweaving. So they're kind of deconking it themselves. They're kind of understanding what are the patterns. They're kind of working on it. And once first 3 months, the decunk has happened, second and third trimester is about putting the fertilizers, giving them to right manure so that the baby can now nurture and nourish. Suppose we had not deviated and put all the manure along with the good fruit, the weeds would also come out because now the fertilizer is there. So it's important to eliminate what is not required, or more than elimination, it's about embracing a lot of things and understanding them and say, no, I don't need you now. And then in the second trimester, we work on aspects like SQ, spiritual quotient, the alignment with energy, cosmic world. We work on IQ, intelligence quotient, we work on EQ, emotional quotient, we work on PQ, primordial quotient, which is health. And there's a lot of subconscious mind imprints that we work on. And the last trimester, the 7th, 8th, 9 months is also very important. We have phase 2 of EQ, IQ, SQ, PQ. Then we have family sessions and so much and so forth goes on. So this is how the structure goes on. It's a complete journey of transformation and knowing yourself through your child.
So it has to be in those 9 months only, or before conceiving one can have this course and then get into the process?
See, you start giving these subconscious mind imprints 3 months before you've actually physically conceived. So I think the moment you start planning your baby, or you know that I want to be a mom, you've already sent a signal that, okay, someone is ready, come to me, I want to be a mom. So there is a preparation going at some other level, and the baby wants to come. And now you've got to prepare yourself to receive that. And this awareness journey is right 3 months, and those 9 months. Actually, it's 1 year of a very high consciousness state. And it is giving that rock solid foundation to your child that's coming. Because now the child is dependent on you. What you're serving, child is going to have that. Got to be very conscious of that.
So if I understood, if we have to understand it rightly, it's like 3 months before conception and the 9 months of the period. So total it's 1 year program. So are the fathers also involved in this process?
Of course, you bet they are. See, the mother's emotions, the mother's well-being, how much she feels secure and nourished and nurtured depends upon the husband. A lot. Especially in our Indian scenario, and I'm sure in the West also, because human psychology of a wife is pretty much the same. We want our husbands to be protective of us, to love us, to care us and support us and everything. So how much am I getting that from my husband is who I am today, right now. Okay, so I'm also doing my part to him, but it's a very beautiful, synergized, symbiotic relationship. So somehow if I'm not feeling secure, or if I'm having that feeling of lack, then my husband has a very indirect effect on how would I feel for my child. So we know it's a beautiful saying which says, secured families are those where the father was firmly there. And I always tell it to all my patients that I work all over the world on Zoom, that, and this is for all the viewers that I'm giving, how much you feel nourished, how much you feel nurtured, loved, comes from your mom. But how much in your life you feel secure comes from your father. So the secured individuals who are secure in their heart have fathers who were rock solid behind their moms and themselves.
Wow.
So this is what a dad needs to understand. Makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, 200%. It's amazing. Okay. How do this work with mothers to the birthing process now? We have understood the 3 months. We got to know about the 9 months also. Okay, 1 year done. Now the birthing process. How would that synchronize with this?
Well, now we have a mom who's been through this awareness journey, and now she's ready, she's getting ready to give birth to the child. One thing that you can be sure of is that she's not fearful anymore. All the fears, anxieties, all the insecurities, probably, we all have this. We can't deny that we are not insecure beings. We have fear, we have insecurity, we have all those things. We are human beings. But now because it is in my consciousness that I am fearful or I'm insecure. I can work towards it. I can come to that point when I tell myself I'm secure. And there's processes. It's an intense work. That is why we handhold people on this journey. But once they are tiding over the insecurities and fears and anxieties of future, and now they are preparing themselves for birth, they are free people. They are full of love for themselves. They are independent. They're deeply secure. And once they are deeply secure, their pain turns into pleasure. They are not afraid of these contractions and labor pains anymore. They know these contractions are coming just to propel the baby out. And they say, thank you, my womb. Thank you, my contractions, for being there so that you can navigate my child through the birth canal. So when they're on the other side of the fear, they are courageous. The delivery happens. See, conception apne aap hua na. You did not put the sperm and egg together and the life inside. It just happened. When the baby came in, apne aap, it will go out also apne aap. It's natural. So we need to allow this thing to happen. And this would happen only when we are secure, we are beyond our fears. It will 100% happen.
Wow, that's so new and more newness than relieving. Actually, it feels relieving.
Yeah, and this, I'm also saying that it doesn't mean that I don't have cesarean sections or in my hospital we have 100% natural deliveries. No, because, when I'm in my chamber, I'm a medical doctor. I'm practicing obstetrics. So now I have people who come to me for a medical consultation. I give them the medical consultation. I tell them a little bit of things, but I'm not taking them on a hand-holding awakening and womb process. It's a different thing. So I have all the people. Someone chooses just for the medical consultation, I'm there. Someone says, no, I want AIW. I said, okay, I'm here for you. So the people who are on their 9 months journey, just, for the obstetric purpose, I do hint them, I do give them suggestion, but then it's for the people to apply that. If they're not applying, if they're not going through the intense transformation, there will be cesareans. There would be breech babies, there would be transverse babies, there would be low-lying placentas, there would be NPOLs, there would be all the indications which happen in my hospital also. As a doctor or anyone else, whether a mother is having a natural delivery or not, it is so much on the mom herself. What is her condition? How easy she is, and then the result happens. Makes sense, right?
Truly, absolutely again. Okay, when it comes to, as you said, the childbirth process, what according to you is that one thing that negatively affects the child the most?
Okay, one thing that affects the child most, not only during the childbirth, but during the first year of his life, and it stays through the life, is mom not loving herself. Mom feeling not enough of herself. Mom who's deeply insecure. These three things, mom not loving herself, insecure, and not feeling good about herself, will give this child the feeling of guilt. The child feels that because of me, my mom felt not enough. Because of me, my mom was timid. Because of me, my mom was suppressed and she was dominated. And this child will start its journey. This is all subconscious, okay? This child is not thinking, but it is inside the child now. And this child's primary energy becomes that of guilt if mom is feeling like this. On the other hand, if mom is cheerful and happy and courageous and she's secure, you have a child who's a bomb. I mean, a child who's free, independent, who's absolutely carefree, and we want such individuals in life, joyful people. Of course, there would be setbacks in life, there would be sabotages, there would be everything, but one has to have that courage, that love for life, and you'll be able to tide over anything. So guilt is one thing. Guilt and lack of self-love are two very, very damaging things that if mom is feeling this, then the child will also feel the same.
I feel how so many people are unaware of that fact, and they should actually, from all aspects, be aware of this one thing that has the most effect.
Leave AIW program, leave everything, just sit with yourself somewhere in the house, close the door, introspect. What am I guilty of? क्या किया है मैंने जो guilt है मेरे अंदर? And why don't I love myself? Why do I feel something lacks in me? And then write down. Do this. I'm telling to all the women through you, Anchal. Write down. I don't love myself because tak, 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 tak. Second, I'm guilty because I did this. I had so many affairs. I had whatever. Had more. So what? It was an experience. It was important for you to undergo through the experience to become who you are. Have it on your shoulders. Say, I'm proud of who I am. Move on. This little exercise. And then tear off all the papers. This is my past. I'm throwing it in the bin. I'm courageous. I'm happy. No guilt. God is with me. I am here on this life, on this planet. God has given me this beautiful life because God loves me. And if He loves me and I love the source, then who are the humans to judge me? I am everywhere and I'm the light. This is enough. They don't need anyone. I'm telling you, they don't need anyone. They are empowered. I want every woman to feel like this. And then we have a birth, the new earth. We have a new earth. We have a new babies. Enlightened babies.
Perfect.
Because I know this is going to touch hard. I really, really want the women to
definitely
love themselves. Each and every woman is beautiful. Whatever has happened in your life can never snatch your beauty from you.
Yeah, I was saying that's the most beautiful advice someone has given.
Sure.
So after the birth, there is another level of transition in the family life for both the parents. So if you could shed some light on conscious parenting now, and what support do you offer to new parents?
See, now here, there would be set of people who are still conceiving or pregnancy, so they're already on their awareness journey, or they will try to find out some ways to become aware. Now, maybe a couple is listening to it who's not been through this journey. Now, suddenly they feel, oh, we've missed so much. Don't worry, you've not missed so much. Of course, it would have been much better if you knew all this before, but we still have a lot of time. If your child is few months old or 5 months old or 1 year old, start applying these principles now. I say, even if your child is 2-3 years old. So if your child is more than 5, 6, 7, you need to work there now. But still, if your child is few months old or less than 1 year, you have an ample opportunity. Actually, we have a Golden Age Parent Program, and it's a very interesting program. We have 6 parenting codes that we just give it to parents, and then they learn and they start applying these principles and concepts with their children. And it's not like I want my child to score 100 on 100, or I want my child to score and have this entrance exam split. No, that all will happen. What we are focused is to give your child that zeal, to give your child that steel, to give your child that independent, different viewpoint, to be able to express completely who she or he is. Once they are in complete expression of who they are, they will achieve whatever they want in their life. We are not chasing marks. We are not chasing schools. I mean, this all is tools to be who I want to be. But let me shine from within. So parents can do a lot with their kids if they want their children to shine. And in this process, they also shine their lights.
There's lightning, there's light everywhere around. Absolutely.
Yes. A lot of light.
So as a spiritual birthing facilitator, now what do you suggest should be the topmost priority of couples willing to become parents?
First of all, do not become parents because you're under pressure of becoming a parent. The family ka pressure hai, sab kuch hai, what do you chalo pregnancy kar. Now, so if you want to become a parent, ask yourself, am I ready to bring forth that life who am ready to nurture and nourish and offer to the planet a person who's able to touch so many thousands of lives. I'm not ready for that. And then it's worthwhile to bring another life. Someone like me, someone average, like we are already 7.5 billion people. Our planet is already getting crowded. Why do we want to have so much of a crowd then? So let's become that, raise our vibrations, become very aware of who we want, and then one child can change so many children. It's so worthwhile to be totally committed in bringing forth that nourished life, and then have this child walk on the planet. It's worth it. It's worth the effort. But if you're doing it under pressure for the sake that I got married now and I have children, take a break. Why? We already have so many. It's okay. It makes sense to have quality rather than quantity, is what I feel.
So lastly, as most of our viewers will want more information about your facility, do we have special programs or packages that solely entails to spiritual birthing? Okay. And what are the online programs?
We have all our programs online because I have now people from all over, and during COVID and pandemic, people were not in a position to travel. So I'm online now. So like for preconception period, when you want to really invoke that child and become who you want to conceive, we have EHC program. It's called Enlightened Human Conception. Then we have, once you conceive, then we have AIWs, Awakening in Womb, trimester 1, trimester 2, trimester 3 programs. And then very, very beautiful program that we offer to the people who have blocked fertilities. It's called Joys of Fertility. And I see the miracles left, right, when people conceive, when they work on their blocked fertilities. And last but not the least, we have another program called GAP, Golden Age Parent Program. So here the parent becomes aware and they say, okay, we are bringing forth the golden age, the age that you always dream of. So this is a little bit about the programs. Yeah.
Wow, and these program names are such that even if one is not pregnant, they want to go for the program. Well, words aren't enough to express our gratitude towards the phenomenal work you are doing in this field. Thank you so much for taking our time and being here with us. It's an absolute honor to have been in a discussion with you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Achal. And I welcome all my viewers. A lot of love, a lot of birthing blessings to all of you. May all your dreams, wishes, and desires come true, and may this interview reach to every nook and corner of the planet and people can do this change. And Achal, thank you so much for being there.